how's it going today, guys? So I just want to get on real quick to say that you are not the exception. One of the most dangerous yet silent killers of our walk of faith is thinking that you're the exception. You have all the best advice for your friends. Oh my God, when things are going wrong, you always have the right things to say, but you don't hold yourself to those same things. And it bleeds out into so many things, relationship issues, parental issues, because you become this do as I say type of person and not a do as I do type of person. You perform instead of being present. Everything's performative. Everything feels like I should be getting an applause for this. I'm so good. Why do people do me this wrong? It's self-righteous. Oh, I'm going to be the example of what not to do. I know what I don't want, but what about the flip side of those things? You get what I'm saying? You're called for more than that. You get what I'm saying? So I call that a hero mentality. Always having the right things to say, all that type of stuff. But then you look at their lives and you see not one of the things that they say being applied to their own life. You know what I mean? And as believers, we're called to not just be hearers of the word, but doers of the word. And I hate to say it, if you call yourself a believer and all you're doing is talking about it and never living it, brother, you got a problem. Sister in Christ, you got a problem. You get what I'm saying? It's like, just because you know something is true and it comes out, it resonates out the mouth so well, doesn't mean you shouldn't apply it. Information is one thing, but knowledge is a whole different thing. Knowledge is what you start to do with that information. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around a bunch of heroes. Everyone's saying the right thing, but then you take a look at them and they aren't doing the right thing. You get what I'm saying? In the book of Matthew, they talk about the hypocrites. It's a little different. They aren't saying one thing and doing another. They're saying the right things, doing the right things, but they're making sure that they're seen doing those things. According to the book of Matthew, that's what makes a hypocrite. It's all, again, performative. But think about, again, trying to raise a child and you're telling him all these things but doing the complete opposite. It's bump being a hypocrite. It's about living in that type of confusion. You get what I'm saying? And again, think about being around your friends. And the first thing your friends start to get more acclimated with you, and they start to see these loopholes in what you got going on. It doesn't really make any sense. It's not to you, nor to those around you. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta want more for yourself. One of the biggest slaps in the face I ever received was seeing somebody actually grow from something I was telling them that I wasn't applying to my own life. And this was when I was big into the meditation and stuff. Excuse me. When I was big into meditation and stuff like that. But it was still like, it was this awkward silence after we had the conversation because I was confused. Talking about it, only talking about good advice and never applying it to your own life, you never see the results of what it brings. Let's say you plant an apple seed. One person's talking about planting it and the other person is actually planting it. So every time you walk into the person who talks about it, they still have the seed in their hand and they're talking about it. And they look at you like, what, you lost it? It's just like, nah, I planted it. And they're like, wait, what? And then in the beginning, y'all had the conversation. It was like, yo, man, y'all sounded the same. Y'all resonated a lot more, but you just planted it, and he still got it in his hand. And let's say it starts to bloom. And 9 times out of 10, people who don't do as people who are like do as I say, not as I do, they'll begin to make comments about how slow your harvest is coming, while their harvest is never coming because they have yet to plant their seed. For that, you don't think that's a little too small? And it's just like you look at them and say, hey, I only really got this seed because of you. Shouldn't you know how long this process takes? Loophole. Just got caught, just got exposed. And again, growing in faith, when those moments of exposure happens, those are excellent portions of growth. That's not a place to you can get offended, but what you do with that offense, it says a lot about where you want to be in life. Again, you have almost right, then you have right. You have the honesty that's going to keep you in place, or honesty that's going to push you forward in your growth. One of the things about me, God had to slap me in the head with, was wanting to be a man of God, wanting to be married, but being okay in my heart and my mind with fornicating before marriage. That's not going to work. That's contradictive. God can't work on something that you're still entertaining. And again, I can't sit there and keep saying, oh my God, I keep meeting problematic women, and your heart is nowhere to be found. Your mind is all over the place. You get what I'm saying? No, that don't work, man. Not when it comes to God. When it comes to other good people, yes, they can keep sympathizing, but at some point, bro, the book of Ecclesiastes says there's a time and place for everything, bro. Blessed are the peacemakers. They aren't passive. And I hate to say it, but you can't be, I don't care how assertive you are in other people's lives. If you're passive in your own, bro, it will not work. You are not the exception. If you see other people doing it, call them out. You don't have to sit there and judge them and beat them down, but I'm telling you, in your place of growth, there's certain people you want around you, and there's certain people that you don't want around you. Not people that's going to coddle you, but they'll hold you accountable. You get to seeing the loopholes in what people say. If you really love them, talk about it. If you really care for them, talk about it. Bring it up to their attention. I noticed that you keep saying this and I'm not seeing you do it. And again, if they get all butthurt and mad about it and they don't want to be around you no more, good thing you just close the curtains on their performance. Now they get to set up shop in someone else's life. I don't care what you do. If you don't do it in your own personal life, it is a performance. If you preach it down other people's throat, but think it's okay for you not to do it, you're performing. You're who the book of Matthew talks about. Y'all have a blessed day.